Hi everyone, I'm Shelly and you're watching There's No Place Like Home. Since I got a couple more books for our new homeschool year, I thought that I would just do a quick flip through of them so that you would get a little peek and see what's inside. Since my older middles have been using the Fun Schooling Math for Minecrafters for their math drills, and my soon to be 8-year-old did not have a math drills book for next year, I decided that I was going to get her this Fun Schooling Math Mysteries and Practice Problems with Minecraft book instead of the Fun Schooling Math with Minecrafters, just because that one has some problems that I think are better for older kids. And this one seemed to be more for what she has been learning for math. And it says that it's math stories and practice problems for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade. The second book that I'm going to be sharing with you today is just a classic Copywork cursive book. And it's called Classic Children's Literature, Practice Cursive Handwriting with Excerpts from the Great Books. So I think that first I'm going to go over the Fun Schooling Math Minecrafts and Practice Problems with Minecraft. So again, it says it's math stories and practice problems for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade. We'll just do a quick flip through of this. And what I like about the Fun Schooling books is that they're made, to be colored in, drawn on. How many times, who are kids who are in school told by their teachers not to draw on their papers? Where in homeschool, a lot of us, I know, are like, draw away, do as much as you want, make it your own. And that's something that's really nice about these. So anyway, it gives you some instructions here on how to do the different activities in this book. And here is a little, I guess you could call that key for what all of the symbols mean for what number they are. And so it looks like there's a coloring page. And then there is a math problem. We'll just read this one. We're not going to read all of them, obviously, but you have 21 blocks of moss stone, and your mission is to build a wall with 40 blocks of moss stone. How many more blocks do you need? So now that's obviously a subtraction problem, so it gives a little grid here that your kids can use if they need to figure out what that is. And then there's some more practice problems at the bottom. And this looks like the same format, a little coloring page, and then a math problem. Don't mind my sniffing, please. I'm getting over what we will call the new flu right now. So anyway, so here is something different. It looks like they have the little math problems with the symbols, which is what this key, I'm guessing, up here would be for. So they would have to figure out what the numbers are for these and then figure out the problem. Oh, I see there's a multiplication one here. So that should be fun for her because she hasn't started multiplication yet, but she will be next year. Well, which will be starting in July for us. And so so far, it seems like that's what it really is some coloring pages, some math problems with the grids, and then some of these other problems where they have to use that little key. I can't think of another word for it right now. My brain is still a little muddled, but it has a lot of these also. What I'm not seeing though, oh, look at this. Periodic table of elements. Use the colors and textures found in the game. Oh, that is neat. I actually think that that's in the Minecraft book that my 15-year-old also uses, the Fun Schooling book. Anyway, but yeah, it looks like the rest of it is just the same now. But what I was saying is the one thing that I am not seeing is the building challenges that we really enjoy in the other Fun Schooling Minecraft books. And that's one thing that I'm a little sad about because I know that she would really love those building challenges. So for example, here is the Math for Minecrafters that my other kids are using. And right here, here's an example of a building challenge. So your challenge, your Minecraft skin's head. Go into your Minecraft world and build using the items listed below. And here it says to use 64 wool. And yeah, so throughout this book, there's all different kinds of building challenges. So here's another one to build a bank for their gold. And so this is something that they always looked forward to that day, because they would be able to actually go onto Minecraft for math that day, or at least for their math drills, and they would get to build something. Because my kids are generally not allowed on their phone except for on the weekends, so this kind of gave them a little break from that, and they could go on Minecraft for that. And also in their All About Pets Minecraft Fun Schooling Journal, it also has building challenges in there too. So here it's Minecraft Building Challenge, design and build a home for a pet in your Minecraft world with Lego or in real life. So it gives them the choice of how they can do it, but they can go on Minecraft and do that building challenge with this book also, and also with the one that my 15-year-old is using too. I think it's the DIY Minecraft one. It's up in her room. I didn't grab it, so you'll have to excuse me. Anyway, but yeah, so for these two, there are building challenges, and unfortunately for this one, there's not. I'll have to find a way to remedy that, because I know that she's going to want to do that. So actually what I've been doing is whenever her sister, Summer, the one that just turned 10, whenever she had been doing her building challenges, I was letting Kenzie go on and do the building challenge with Summer. So maybe I'll just have to continue that. So that is one thing that I do wish this book had, that it did have building challenges. So let's move on to the classic children's literature. Now, my kids did complete another Cursive book, and I'll be showing a little bit of that to you in a little bit, just for comparison, but this is that one, the one that they already did. And I just felt that they needed more practice. A lot of them are still having a lot of trouble with Cursive. They're getting very frustrated about it. And I think that it's really important, though, that they do know how to read and write Cursive. So I did give them a little break, but I think that it's time that we pick back up again, because it's something that everyone should know. So, especially because as it seems right now, AI cannot read Cursive, so that might be a way to get around some censorship. But anyway, I'm sure it'll catch on eventually. So these are excerpts of some classic books. So here's one from the Jungle Book, and then so they have it here in manuscript. Is that considered manuscript? I don't even know. I just call it printing. And then in cursive here. And here's one from Tuck Everlasting. The Wizard of Oz. And now this one, by the way, is volume 3, this book. Where does it say that? Oh yeah, right there. Volume 3. I didn't have volume 1 or 2. I just grabbed this one because I liked that it was classic books. And I don't think that it actually matters what order you do them in, but I hope not anyway. So, The Witch of Blackbird Pond. Little House in the Big Woods, which I actually just finished reading to the kids, and we're doing Little House on the Prairie now. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. So again, that's what these are. Now I do see that some of the selections are rather large, like it even starts out. Usually the selections will start shorter and then will progress to be longer by the end of the book. This one starts out pretty long right away though. So I know that I'm going to have to break it down for my kids. I'm not going to expect them to do the entire passage in one sitting, at least not to start the school year with. Now, one thing that I'm seeing that I do like about this book better than the other one is that it has it in printing and then also in cursive. Because one problem that I think that arose from the other book is that while I was really happy that this other cursive book that we used did have excerpts from like the Gettysburg Address and the Constitution and everything, it didn't give it to them in printing form so that they could read it and see and actually know what it was that they were writing. So a lot of times my kids would write and then I would ask them to read it to me and they would have no idea, because there wasn't like a real model for them, even when it was just the words in the beginning. So it started out with the letters, but then when it went into the words, even the words didn't have printing. Like here we have no, mo, may, but it doesn't actually show them in printing what it says. So I think that a lot of times my kids were more or less wasting their time because they were writing things, but they didn't know what they were writing. And yeah, I wish that they would have thought to have that in there. So that's one thing that I'm hoping that we'll be able to overcome with this, is that now they're actually going to be able to see what it is that they are, what they are writing, and hopefully they'll be able to compare it a little better. And I'll just have to make it a point to tell them, make sure that you read it before you start writing it. But I think that they will. I think that before they were probably curious about what they were writing, but just didn't want to say anything, you know, because my kids are those kind of kids that they just like to get done. But here at least it will be right there in front of them, and they'll actually know what it says this time. So hopefully this will be a little bit more successful than the other one was with them. That's all that I have for you today, though. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet and would like to hear more of what I have to say, I would love if you would do that. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave one either here or on Instagram. And if you like my work and would like to check out my Patreon page, I will leave a link in the description box for that as well. And I hope you have a great day.